You know what killed me though?
What's that?
When a nigga get caught, he get to speaking up on the next man. If a nigga don't get caught himself, you ain't gotta help him. When a nigga get to talking to the police, giving out information, that's when it becomes a rap.
Interview, you know what I'm saying, with Dealwitit Entertainment. As you can see right here, all these papers that I have in my hand right here is all the Soundwood case. That Prieson hood gang shit, and the news clipping that you looking at right now, that's showing you all this paperwork that's laid out on the table like that. I got it, baby. This is all exclusive. If you think I'm bullshitting, zoom in just a little bit, you can see his name right there. Soundwood. You know what I'm saying? Little incident, he talks about everybody. He telling on everybody. Him and Sean Howard. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. Telling on everybody, bringing down a lot of people that's down here in Flint, Michigan, because they got caught up into some dirt. If you can do the dirt, you can do the time, baby. Don't take everybody else with you. You know what I'm saying? This real talk to all y'all motherfucking snitches. Hey, you already know you end up in the motherfucking ditches. You know what I'm saying? Real talk, you know what I'm saying? And it's gonna be a big continue up on this because there's so much going on and they cases still going on. So, you know, hey, I can only give y'all what I got, baby. And this is what I got, you know what I'm saying? All this paperwork. And that right there tells a whole lot, you know what I'm saying? Listen to this news clip, baby.
Angie, police spent thousands of hours investigating the group they call the Prieson Hood Gang. Friday, they brought who they could in. Some were already in custody on federal indictments from last February. 12 remain on the streets this evening. This afternoon, 5 men and 1 woman were arraigned. Bond set extremely high for these felony charges of pushing, possessing pot and cocaine, dogfighting, racketeering, receiving and concealing stolen property. Now, one person just facing 1 charge. Earlier today, others were arraigned on murder charges, 2 stemming back to 2004 and 2005. No bond was set for those charges. This morning, the Safe Streets Task Force, made up of state, local, and federal authorities, held a news conference announcing the arrest last Friday. Some 100 law enforcement officials helped in these arrests. A long list of charges, Bill. The amount of paperwork is really overwhelming, as you can see here. This isn't even all of it. What we do have, though, is a page-by-page account of what investigators say the Prieson Hood Gang is responsible for. One man charged 28 times. Terrorism causing death and dogfighting, just 2 of 26-year-old Samuel Wood's 28 charges. His arrest warrant by far the longest. Daryl Morgan and DeAndre Chambers' charges add up 2. They tie at 20 apiece. All 3 men tied to a shooting at a fast food restaurant in Flint in 2004. Charges in 7 drug-related homicides dating back to that same year are split among them and about 10 others in this stack.
They've killed to further their criminal enterprise. When they weren't killing and selling drugs, they were fighting dogs for their entertainment and pleasure.
Cocaine specifically, a court order was issued. For safety reasons, we are not allowed to give the witnesses' last names or to show pictures of them as they are testifying. In fact, we're not identifying them at all.
Do you know how many kilos of cocaine you've brought into the city of Flint?
300.
300?
This witness says he started selling large quantities of cocaine in 2004, kilos at a time.
Where did you get the cocaine?
California and Mexico.
Through a friend, he met a man from California who was incarcerated. That man's wife helped him get started.
Eventually, by 2004, he had got out, and I ended up meeting him in Cincinnati, Ohio. That's when I started picking up 15 to 20 kilos from him there, driving back to Flint, Michigan.
Just last year, the witness and that man he was buying from were busted. A home on Sloan Street in Flint was raided.
This would be valued at $200,000.
This video shows what was recovered, more than $500,000 and 10 kilos of cocaine. Authorities called it the largest drug and cash seizure in Genesee County history. It was held here at Circuit Court simply so there'd be enough space and security for everyone. It is a district court hearing. One and only one witness was called today, the medical examiner who detailed the deaths some of these men are accused of.
Showing you people's for?
For more than 1 hour, Oakland County's Deputy Chief Medical Examiner detailed 12 separate autopsy reports, including one of a 1-year-old baby girl who died from a gunshot wound to the chest.
And it was classified as a homicide.
Then there's the deaths of 24-year-old Marcus Ballard and 19-year-old Kenny Edwards. They were killed at this Mount Morris Township motel in September of 2004. Dozens and dozens of shots were fired inside this room. For both men,
Cause of death was multiple gunshot wounds.
the deaths were in a 2-year period from January 2004 to January of 2006. 26-year-old Gregory Baines
The cause of death was multiple gunshot wounds, and the manner of death was classified as a homicide.
was killed along with 24-year-old Curtis Wade at Flint's former club Exclusive in September of 2005. 28-year-old Cabron Stone's death was the last on the long list.
I mean, this little bro right here, you know what I'm saying? He's still out here. He ain't told on nobody, you know what I'm saying? But Sam, man, you know what I'm saying?
My bed, I'm gonna do my own shit, you know what I'm saying?
I grew up with you from diapers, man. That ain't even no real shit, bro. You feel me? Your little bro still G out here, you hear me? You gotta get with the program, baby.
For real. I mean, hey, you know the paperwork on that boy, you know what I'm saying? They say he out here, you know, foul. He turning in your old miss, you know what I'm saying? Your brother and all that.
The real story, man, you know what I'm saying? His mama was just G. She wouldn't snitch. She took her own bit, you feel me? You know what I'm saying?
Wasn't snitching her kids.
You know what I'm saying? She wouldn't tell on her kids, so she took her own
He
bit.
ain't tell on Mom's Dukes, you feel me?
Mom's Dukes did her bit.
It ain't never like that between Mom's Dukes. I talked to him every day, you know what I'm saying?
But he ain't had to do that to the rest of the niggas that was soldiers with him, you feel me? He ain't had to bring the soldiers with him. He could've took his bit like his man. We would've held you down, bro.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
But it's still Prieson, you feel me? We gonna hold this bitch down when they come. But you feel me? We still hungry out here, but we still gonna get it. You feel me?
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
You got anything to say about people like that, man? I mean, you know what I'm saying? You already know the circumstances. You know what I'm saying? Blood is blood, but real is real. You feel what I'm saying? You got anything you want to say to all these motherfuckers that's out here in the streets that's talking all that bullshit?
Shit, I mean, it is what it is. You feel me? Flint gonna be Flint, niggas gonna be niggas. You know what I'm saying? But when the shit first broke down, the niggas that he ratted on was on this paperwork first. You know what I'm saying?
Real
so, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying? Like, you feel me?
Niggas wearing wires and shit, you know what I'm saying? And Slim, that's fucked up. You wearing wires, bro. You know what I'm saying? We ain't even respecting that, man. We got the paperwork on you, man. You wearing wires on niggas.
Nah, Slim.
Slim wearing wires on niggas, man. He the whole cause. Niggas thought Ken was wearing the wires. Whole time, Slim got the wire.
Ken snitched too, so I can't, you know what I'm saying?
Rat too, you know what I'm saying? The nigga Slim with a wire the whole time for down there 2 years. Right. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? He supposed to be G. You know what I mean?
Real talk. Man, I mean, do the hood feel like they missing something out here in the hood, you know what I'm saying?
I mean, you know, it ain't the same no more, cause you know what I'm saying? You don't know who you can trust, you know what I'm saying? Cause if a nigga that grew up with you from knee high, turn out, you think you grew up the same way, a nigga be like you, but it ain't always that easy, you know?
And that's real talk. Deal with it entertainment. Straight goon, Grace Line, you know what I'm saying? This is what we get down, you know what I'm saying? Prieson hood, you know what I'm saying? Real